Today, we're diving into a really big idea, something that's changing the entire conversation around leadership. It's this fundamental shift away from just skills and tools and towards something much, much deeper. We're talking about mindset over mechanics. And this right here? Wow, this quote from a senior leader just hits you, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the problem. Imagine for a second you've done it all. You've hit every single target, checked every box your board asked for, and yet you're left feeling empty. It's this quiet paradox that so many successful people are dealing with. And that brings us to what you could call the modern leader's dilemma. You know, having all this external success, this picture-perfect career on the outside, but inside, feeling a serious lack of fulfillment. So why is this happening? And maybe more importantly, what on earth can we do about it? Now, you might be thinking, okay, that's just one person's story. But it's not. The source material for this explainer makes it really clear that this is a global thing. From boardrooms in Johannesburg all the way to the tech hubs in Hyderabad, the whole conversation about what makes a leader truly effective is starting to change. So this leads to a really crucial point. A huge reason for this widespread feeling is that the old rulebook for leadership just isn't cutting it anymore. We're in the middle of a massive shift here, a move that goes way beyond just learning a new skill or technique. I mean, just think about the world we're all trying to lead in right now. It is so noisy. We've got data overload coming at us from every direction. AI is accelerating at a dizzying pace. And there's this constant pressure to reinvent, not just your company, but yourself. The old playbook, well, it just wasn't designed for this kind of chaos. And this slide just lays it all out so perfectly. The old way of doing things, the old model, it was all about performance management. Let's fix this behavior or let's sharpen that skill. It was all about adding more tools to the toolbox. But the new model? It's about a total mindset evolution. It's about shifting the entire frame through which you see the world, about finding brand new lenses to look at your challenges. Okay, so that's the theory. But what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's get into a story of transformation, because this isn't just an abstract idea. It gets real results. So here's the situation. We've got a top exec, a CXO at a big IT firm, and he's got a problem. He's looking at his team, and even though they're hitting all their targets, they just seem checked out, disengaged. It's that classic success without fulfillment problem, but now it's happening at the team level. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The approach they took was completely different. They didn't pull up a single KPI or dashboard. No, that's the old model. Instead, they went straight to his inner world, his fundamental beliefs. And what they found was a huge revelation. His entire leadership style, his inner script, was built on one single idea: control. And this was the light bulb moment. The single biggest change he made wasn't learning some new management tactic. It was a deep, internal shift in his mindset. He moved from a foundation of control to a foundation of trust. And that changed absolutely everything. And just look at the result. This isn't some feel-good, fluffy outcome. The team is now outperforming where they were before. And get this, they're doing it with fewer meetings and a way bigger sense of meaning and purpose. That's the direct, tangible line from a leader's inner game to a team's outer performance. All of this really comes down to one core concept: winning the inner game. This is the real foundation, not just for one win, but for performance that actually lasts. I absolutely love this metaphor from the source material. Picture an ultra-cyclist on a brutal 600-kilometer ride. Their physical strength, their legs, yeah, that'll get them about halfway. But the second half of that race, that isn't won by your legs. It's won by your mind. So what is this inner game? Well, it's pretty simple, really. It's that constant negotiation going on inside your head, that back and forth with pain, with uncertainty, and with your sense of purpose. It's the internal conversation that decides how far you can really go. And here's the bottom line. How well you play your inner game is what determines how long your outer game, your skills, your strategies, your success actually lasts. Your skills might be the tip of the iceberg, but your mindset? That's the massive, unseen foundation that keeps you going for the long haul.
Okay, so this is where we turn the mirror around because these ideas aren't just for C-level execs or elite athletes. This is a direct challenge to every single one of us who finds ourselves in a position to lead in any part of our lives.
So, the big question from the source material is this, and I want you to really think about it. In your own life, in your own work, are you busy chasing the next framework, the next shiny tool, or are you actually building a foundation? Are you looking for the next quick fix, or are you doing the real deep work? Because when it comes down to it, the next era of leadership isn't going to be about who has the most complicated spreadsheets or the fanciest frameworks. It's going to be defined by those who have mastered their inner game, people who can demonstrate self-mastery right in the middle of all the chaos. It's about who you are becoming, not just what you are doing. Thanks for watching.